Hey everyone, welcome to Micro Adventures. Ellie and Josiah here. We are outdoors in Arcata, California, our new home. We don't live here though in this van. This is just a prop.
We live in another van.
We live in a different van pretty much. So let's get to class. Today we're going to use heavy hand weights. So whatever that means to you, something maybe just a little bit heavier than what you would normally use on the Micro. I'm going to try to step things up a little bit.
I don't see the 80s anywhere.
Josiah has these really heavy 2-pound dumbbells, so he's gonna set a good example for you, right? And that's just to say, it doesn't really matter what weights you have, you're gonna make it work, right? Let's go one white spring. We're gonna start in a reverse bear crawl. So hands to the carriage, feet to the front platform. You're gonna find a reverse plank for me. And from that reverse plank, we're gonna go reverse bear. So slowly bending through the knees. Once the knees are underneath the hips, keep the hips pretty stable. Step both feet back to the floor, you're in a plank. Step both feet back to your front platform, you're in that hovering bear, lengthen back out. So this is your bear crawl, right? Every time the knees are beneath the hips, we keep the hips stable, we step the feet to the floor, we step the feet back to the platform and lengthen out. See if you can alternate which foot is leading each time you do this, right? And Josiah's doing an amazing job of keeping his hips level with his shoulders. So we always want hips level with the shoulders in this plank, or maybe even slightly higher. The worst thing we could do is let the low back sink towards the floor.
And that wouldn't be amazing.
It would not be amazing. Good. In 4, I want everyone to bring their feet to the floor. So bring your feet back to the floor for me, Josiah. In 3, 2 feet to the floor. I want you to go ahead and bend through the knees. So you're in that hovering tabletop with the feet on the floor. Pulse the hips up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Hopefully your knees are hovering right over your front platform. In 4, set the knees down, reverse wheelbarrow. In 3, 2, set the knees down, reverse wheelbarrow. Oh, what a nice transition. There we go. Hopefully that worked out for you at home as well. So shoulders, hips, knees, one long line. And a reminder in wheelbarrow, you can always do this from tabletop. So let's show them that, Josiah. Hips can be stacked kind of over the knees, and we're just sliding the hands forward slowly and with control, right? Using your abs and your lats to slide the hands back in. So
It's amazing.
your choice, right? You're in that kneeling plank position, or you are in a kneeling tabletop position. Wherever you are, I want the tension out of the neck, the shoulders, the face, the jaw. I want you to focus in on your abs, right? Wrap your abs in and around you, squeezing through the core. In 4, we'll send it out halfway and hold. In 3, 2, find that halfway point, hold. Draw the carriage in 1 inch, send it back out 1 inch. In 1 inch, back out 1 inch. Keep it really slow. 10 seconds. We're gonna bring the forearms down to the carriage, knees stay. We're gonna go reverse kneeling crunch in 3, 2, and 1. So knees stay, come down to the forearms. You're gonna find that kneeling forearm plank. I want you to inhale here, and as you exhale, squeeze your abs and then begin to round through the spine. So think cat's back stretch, rounding up through the spine, and then lengthen back out into that kneeling forearm plank. So the goal here is to move entirely from your abs. Right, think about this like an upside down sit-up, right? Crunching, you're sliding the elbows closer to the knees, you're rounding and lifting through the spine. And then move just a tiny bit slower than you already are. I know you're going slow, but just a little slower. And then a little bit more mindfully, right? Really squeeze the abs as much as you can. And notice if there's any point throughout this range of motion where the abs feel like they're getting a little break. Let's try to avoid that spot. Let's bring it into that halfway point and hold in 3, 2, halfway and hold. Let's slide the carriage out 1 inch, back in 1 inch. Focus on this lift through the abs as you slide the forearms out 1 inch and then you round back up 1 inch. You're here the final 10 seconds of this move. We're gonna get into a saw knee lift combo. Knees stay, forearms stay. Come back to that kneeling forearm plank in 3, 2, 1. Find that kneeling forearm plank. Nice job, Josiah. So we'll go 1 saw. We're gonna slide the carriage out away from us. We're gonna bring the carriage back in, stop with the elbows beneath the shoulders, and then we're just gonna see if we can lift the right knee like half an inch off the front platform, lower it down. Left knee half an inch, lower it down, go back to your saw. So we're just layering in a little bit of a knee lift to focus on finding core stability, right? So the hips don't sway side to side. We're getting a little bit more into the obliques, into the waistline. That's really what's gonna help stabilize you here. And you don't necessarily need to lift the knee up, but you can maybe just get the knee a little bit lighter side to side and keep the hips level. Good. So one lift of those knees and then one saw. That is our combo. Oh, we have a little bee friend hanging around you, Josiah, and he has landed on you. Oh, he's flown away. That's good. All right.
I'm so sweet.
Josiah says the bee found him because he's so sweet. That's true, babe. You are so sweet. Okay. That's what we tell our partners all the time, right? That's right. All right, side saddle, Russian twist on deck. We're gonna pick up one or both of your heavy hand weights. Have a seat on top of your carriage in 3, in 2, and 1. So have a seat on top of your carriage facing our friends at home. Josiah, you're gonna grab one or both of your hand weights. From here, we're gonna hinge back strong through the core and we're going Russian twist side to side. So we're in that side saddle position and we're just twisting side to side. Good, so you can do this with one heavy hand weight, 2 weights, your call. I want you to focus in on length through the spine. Sometimes when we lean back, we start to kind of round through the torso or round through the core. I want length, right? Length from your tailbone through the crown of the head. So you're just hinging back, chest stays lifted and open, collarbones are broad. Your feet should feel fairly light here with that hinge back. And we're whittling through the waist side, this twist side to side. Good, we're gonna go 25 seconds here, right? Tempo, and this is up to you. Play around with it. Go really slow and see if that helps you feel it more. Maybe pick things up and go a little faster, see if that helps. On deck, we will be on one black spring. We're going hamstring curls with a skull crusher. So we're gonna keep those weights. And I want you on one black spring so that you have a little extra support underneath you. Good. In 5, let's go one black spring. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So reach down, one black spring. You're gonna have a seat on your front platform. Keep your weights for me, Josiah. You're gonna face away from the machine. And then you're gonna lower on down, head, neck, and shoulders resting on the carriage. So you might need to kind of push the carriage out. Good. From there, feet planted in front of the front platform, arms straight up in the air. Go ahead and lift your hips off the platform. And then find a pause here for just a second. Energetic squeeze of the inner thighs in towards one another. Feet are planted hip width apart and parallel. Good, so walk your feet just a little closer together, Josiah. Yep, there you go. From here, we're gonna go hamstring curl with a skull crusher. So as we send the carriage out, we're gonna bend the elbows, weights coming just beside the temples, and then we're gonna slide the carriage back in, extend your arms straight up towards the sky. Beautiful. So I sometimes forget to give you all of the really good cues because Josiah's form is so good, I forget what it is that we really need to focus in on here. But let's make sure wrists are nice and neutral, so we're not bending at our wrist creases at all. You're bending at the elbows, and then it's strong, straight arms up. So you're feeling your triceps, right? The back side of the arm working. As best we can, we're keeping those hips lifted, and you should feel a good amount in the hamstrings. Make sure to press down through the big toe mounds of your feet. Right, so pinky toe mound is sealed down, heel is sealed down, but the big toe mound sometimes tends to kind of roll off the mat a little bit, so push down through big toe mound, find that energetic squeeze between the inner thighs. In 4, let's hold the bridge. In 3, 2, find your bridge hold, bend your elbows to 90. We're gonna give those triceps a little pulse, little 1 inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. If you're looking for more challenge in the legs, go ahead and extend the legs out just a little bit so you feel that grip in the hamstrings. Right here, final 10 seconds of this exercise. We're going front lunge with a wood chopper. Keep one heavy weight, right foot to the floor in front of the front platform. In 3, 2, 1. Carefully lower the hips down. Make your way up to standing. We'll keep one heavy weight, right foot in front of the front platform, left toes tucked to the carriage, and we're gonna lower down into our front lunge. We're gonna take that weight to the outer side of the right thigh. So hips are squared forward, take the weight to the outer side of the thigh, drive through right heel, and you're gonna reach that weight up over the left shoulder. Again, try to keep your hip creases squared straight forward. So as we lower down, weight comes over the right thigh. As we lift up, weight comes over the left shoulder. Good, and feet should definitely be hip distance apart. Right, anytime we've got a foot planted on the floor, we really have a lot of space with which to play. And this twist is happening through your torso, right? So finding this twisting motion through the torso. That means the hips stay squared forward. Nice. Check in with your right knee. We just want to make sure it's staying stacked over your heel here. And then see if you can go just a little bit slower. On this next one, we're gonna lower down into our lunge and hold. We're gonna bring that heavy weight to heart center. So next time you're down into that lunge, hold it down. From here, we're gonna go into a serve the platter with a carriage kick. So back knee's gonna slide in, we'll send the weights forward, serve the platter, bend the elbows in, kick the left leg back. Awesome job, Josiah. So a little serve the platter with that heavy weight forward, back in. So if your weights are a little bit lighter like Josiah's are, you're welcome to use 2 weights for this, right? Whatever you've got at home, let's make it work for us. Let's sit that right glute down and back a little bit more. Find a tiny hip hinge forward so you're really feeling your right glute. You've got 10 seconds in this variation. We are going to take that weight into our left hand and we are going to find a long jump hold. In 3, back leg is long. In 2, 1, back leg is long, big hinge forward, weights in your left hand and your knuckles are down towards the floor. From here, heavy row. We're gonna row the left arm up and back. We're gonna extend the arm down. Right hand can come to your right thigh. And listen, this is quite a long hold. I need you to keep some attention in the backside of the right leg. Now that being said, this doesn't need to be your lowest lunge the whole time. So in fact, if you want to work a little bit higher, that's fine, but I do need a big hinge forward from the hips so that we're getting into our back muscles. You've got 20 seconds to go here. Nice job. Hold the tension. Keep sinking your right glute down and back. Energy in the right heel. We are going single leg squat with a wood chop. Right foot on your front platform. Josiah, you're going to face our friends at home. In 5, let's go single leg squat. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So step the right foot up to the front platform, left foot's on the carriage. We're gonna sit down into a single leg squat. And we're gonna take that weight again outside the right thigh, drive through the right heel, lift up, and we'll take the weight up over the left shoulder. Sometimes helps on this one to stagger your stance. So I like to slide my right foot forward and my left foot back a little bit. And what that can do is just help keep the right knee behind your right toes so that you're able to sit your weight back into your right glute. Good. And I hope at this point in class you're realizing that this black spring was a really lovely choice instead of a white spring because it's giving you just a little bit more support and stability, right? When we're working with heavier weights, we're adding so much extra pressure to our muscles and to our limbs that getting a little more support is gonna help you out. It should still feel challenging. If it's not, you let me know, DM me, we'll talk. In 4, we're gonna hold it down. In 3, 2, take it down and hold. Let's bring the weight to heart center. From here, we're gonna go into a carriage kick, serve the platter. So you're gonna bend the left knee, you're gonna send the arms forward. You're gonna bend the elbows in, send the left leg out long. So little carriage kick here, right? Little light skater with that serve the platter. Palms are facing up if you can, or hands can be squeezing either side of the dumbbell, but we're sending those arms forward and then bending the elbows back. Focus back in on the right glute, sitting your right glute down and back. Energy here in your right heel. And then seal down the outer edge of the right foot. Good, this is kind of gonna finish out our right leg here. You've got 20 seconds left. We will be picking up both weights and we're gonna stay standing right here on top of the machine. We're gonna get into some hammer curls next. 10 seconds, see if you can sit that right glute down just a little bit more. You're gonna stand up out of this next, stay low, stay focused. Last 5, last 4, grab both weights in 3, 2, and 1. So come up to standing, stay on top of the machine, soft bend in the knees, a little bit of space between the carriage and the platform, inner thighs are engaged. From here, we're gonna go hammer curls, palms face in. We're gonna curl right arm, we're gonna curl left arm, and then we're gonna squeeze, curl both arms together slow. So right arm quick, left arm quick, both arms together, nice and slow. So how you stand makes a difference, right? I want you to seal down the outer edges of the feet. I want a little bit of a squeeze in the inner thighs, right? Core is engaged, maybe tailbone slightly tucked down towards the floor. Chest is lifted. Keep going with those hammer curls. Awesome job. Let's make sure knees and toes are pointed straight forward. So feet are parallel and about hip distance apart, right? So we're not just hanging out here in the lower body, we're standing with some purpose. And obviously your legs are gonna be engaged because you're holding on to this one spring here. Great job, Josiah. In 4, let's hold the hammer curl halfway. In 3, 2, both arms bent to 90. Give me little pulses, Flex and squeeze the arms. Let's go 15 seconds in these pulses. On deck, we are going to do a super crunch narrow press combo. Seated on the back platform, heels to your carriage. In 3, 2, and 1. So head to the back of the machine, have a seat on the back platform for me, Josiah. Heels to the carriage, keep your weight. So you're set up in super crunch, but we're not gonna do super crunch. From here, we're just gonna do a narrow press. So heels on the carriage, length through the spine, hinge back till you feel the abs catch. Weights are pretty nice and narrow. We're just gonna send the arms up and we're gonna bend the elbows back in. So the arms are kind of extending up at like maybe a 45-degree angle. Chin slightly off the chest. Lower body is hanging onto the machine. Squeeze your glutes, recommit to your core. So think about your ribs sliding towards one another here. Good. Little narrow press. You should feel this one in the shoulders, in the chest, maybe even still feeling those biceps. Here's the deal. This is kind of serving as our transition to the other side. So we're going to get into some more bicep work. This time it will be left foot on the front platform, right foot on the carriage. So we'll stand on top of the machine and we'll go regular bicep curls. You have 5, you have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the carriage come forward. We're gonna place the left foot on the front platform, right foot on the carriage. Press the carriage out so you've got a little space between your feet. Feet hip width apart, parallel, soft bend in the knees, tuck the tailbone under. From here, we're gonna curl right arm, left arm, both arms slow. So right, left, quick, and then both arms slow as you can in both directions. Good, so palms are facing up this time. Just hitting the biceps at a slightly different angle, right? And doing quite a bit of work here on the biceps because we want to actually burn them out, right? So getting some repetition. And if you feel like your weights aren't quite heavy enough, I want you to go double arm curls the entire time. Another way to kind of get those arms to burn a little bit more is to slide your elbows slightly in front of your rib cage and then make sure your elbows are not moving. So imagine there's a wall right behind your elbows so your elbows aren't shifting forward and back because that'll take the work out of your biceps. Good, let's go 15 seconds just like this. Check back in with the lower body, check back in with the legs. All right, maybe grow a little bit taller through the spine. In 4, let's hold halfway. In 3, 2, find that halfway hold. Slide the elbows forward just a touch, right out in front of the ribs. Give me little pulses, Flex and squeeze your arms as much as possible. Final 10 seconds here. We're gonna get into our single leg squat with the wood chopper. So you just need one weight. In 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're gonna sit that left glute down and back as the carriage slides out. We're gonna take that weight outside of our left thigh. Drive through the left heel, slowly lift. Weight's gonna extend up over the right shoulder. Good. So the foot that's on the carriage, right, you can have it sealed down. You can lift the heel if you like. You can also do a little bit more of a stagger stance. So sliding the left foot forward a little bit, the right foot back a little bit. But you want to think about this exercise as a single leg squat. That means the bulk of our body weight is in our left leg. Our left glute is sitting back like there's a chair just out of your reach, right? And our hips are staying squared to the side of our space, to the side of our micro, right? So we're not twisting the hips side to side, we're rotating through the torso. And the stronger and straighter your arms are, right, the more intense this is gonna be. So that being said, if you're really starting to burn out through the shoulders and the arms, bend your arms, keep that weight a little bit closer to your torso, and that will make it a little more manageable. In 4, let's find our hold. In 3, 2, hold, weight at heart center. From here, we're gonna bend the right knee in as we serve the platter forward. Bend the elbows, send the right leg back out nice and long. So keep sitting your left glute down and back, right? You're nice and low in this single leg squat. We're just doing a light skater or a little carriage kick with the right leg and serve the platter with the arms. Now, if you mess up when the arms are moving, when the legs are moving, don't worry about it. Just keep sliding the leg in and out, keep sending the arms forward and back. Core is super, super tight here, right? Anytime you pick up heavy weights on this machine, not only is your upper body getting a workout, right? Your legs are holding this heavier weight and your core is working like crazy just to keep you balanced on this machine. Right here, you've got 10 seconds. We're gonna get into our front lunge with the wood chop. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quarter turn to the left. Step your left foot forward to the floor in front of the machine. Right toes tucked to the carriage. We'll get into that front lunge with the wood chop. So we'll lower down, bending through the left knee. Weight's gonna reach outside of your left thigh. Drive through left heel, slow and controlled. We'll take that weight up and across the body over the right shoulder. Good. Hips are staying squared. Awesome. You're absolutely crushing this, Josiah. So good. All right. Check in with how you're doing. Check in with your tempo, your form, right? And are you actually here, or is your mind wandering elsewhere? Right before we started filming this class, Josiah and I were discussing what we were gonna have for dinner, right? We're always wondering what our next meal is, right? And not that that's a bad thing, but let's try to actually be in this moment, in this lunge, in this workout, right? If we're gonna be here, let's be here all the way. In 4, we're gonna hold our lunge in 3, 2, bring it down, hold your lunge. Bring that weight to heart center. From here, serve the platter, send the arms forward as the back knee comes in. Bend the elbows in as the back leg extends out. Awesome. Freeze your left leg. So sit your left glute down and back as low as you possibly can. Right, little bit of a hinge forward from the hips. You really want to focus in on the left leg. Right leg shouldn't be gripping. Relax the hip flexors. Shake out the right leg if you need. Stay low. Should feel your chest, your shoulders, your biceps. All of that should be working hard. Oh, our doggy friend's coming to say hi again. Oh, you might see just her tail. This is Rainy. I'd call her over, but she's hard of hearing. So she kind of just comes and goes as she pleases. Good, let's go 10 seconds. I haven't lost track of time. We will be taking that dumbbell into our right hand. You've got your long jump hold, and we've got our right arm row. In 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Back leg is long, hinge forward from the hips a lot. Right arm row. So left hand can come to left thigh, strong core. You're rowing the right elbow straight up and back. Great job. Listen, this is the finisher here for your legs, so I need you to sit low into that left glute reaching down and back. Focus in. Oh, is she gonna come lay down next to us? She is. Oh, I think you might be able to see Rainy. She's in the shot. She's chilling. Oh, she's such a sweetheart. All right, here's the deal. 25 seconds. Stay low in this left leg. Keep reaching your left glute down and back. Keep rowing with the right arm. And you don't need to be at the bottom of the lunge. You just need to be in this lunge a little bit, enough to feel your left leg working. We will be stepping both feet forward to the floor, picking up both weights next. We've got a sexy back, just standing on the floor. You have 5, you have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your right foot forward to meet your left. Bend the knees, hinge forward at the hips. We're going sexy back. Okay, so you really can do this facing any direction you want, but for a simple transition, we're just stepping both feet in front of the front platform, right? Hinge forward at the hips. Look at all this length in the spine. So good, Josiah. Now let's see if we can go as slow as we would as if we were using the cables, right? Elbows stay nice and high, and a little bit more work here for those triceps, right? We got them awake, we got them rolling in those skull crushers, but now we're just getting them a little bit more. Beautiful, love that tempo. In 4, take it back and hold. In 3, 2, take it back, hold. Give me a little straight arm pulse, You got it. You're here for 4. We're gonna go into a chest opener with that hinge in 3, 2, 1. Palms face the back of the room. Go ahead, lower those weights down in front of you. Now just press the palms straight up and back. Resist the arms down. So we've got this little bit of this hinge here. Try to keep the neck neutral, which, yeah, nice fix, Josiah. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and squeeze your triceps. So rather than doing upright chest opener, which we're used to, just because of the weights and the way we're using gravity, we want to keep this little bit of this hinge forward, right? That's going to help us get into the back muscles and get into the triceps just a little bit more. Beautiful. Can we keep this nice and slow? Can you keep your arms strong and straight? Recommit to your core here. In 4, take it back and hold. In 3, 2, take it back, strong, straight arms. Hold, give me little pulses, little pulses, little pulses. 10 seconds, we ditch the weights. You're gonna give me a reverse plank. In 5, 4, 3, 2, ditch your weights. Feet to your front platform, hands to carriage. This is your final move. Get there quick, quick, quick. Find your reverse plank. Nice hustle, Josiah. Find the strength in this plank. Pause here, breathe here, squeeze your core. Let's go reverse plank to pike. Slowly lift the hips up. Nice, slowly lengthen back out into that plank. Oh my word, that is Amazing. So, so good, Josiah. So I want you moving from your core here, right? Exhale, squeeze, navel to the spine, hips lift. Don't pike so high that your weight drops into your heels. So I like to squeeze my heels together in this one and keep the heels lifted nice and high. Awesome. Okay, little variation to finish things out for us. In 4, I want you to hold your plank. In 3, 2, hold your plank. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Listen, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly pike it up. Hold the pike. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to the plank. Hold 10 seconds. Breathe. Yes, you can. Lift your hips up. Hold your pike. 10 seconds. Hold that pike. This is it. Final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Stretch the arms forward. Sit the hips to the heels. Oh, you are done. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Let it go. Amazing. Let's slowly make our way up to seated. Okay. So we're going to take a couple deep breaths together. I just want to remind y'all to take a little time here and stretch things out. Whatever we work today. Biceps, triceps, abs, glutes, hammies. Okay, turn to face us, 2 deep breaths. Inhale, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so, so much for being here. As always, any feedback, let us know. Have an amazing rest of your day. If you're headed to dinner, I hope it's good. We'll see you later.